Hey there, Debbie Starr here. I hate to tell you, but you've probably been going about setting your goals all the wrong way. So follow along, and I'm going to show you a simple way that you can actually create your goals, figure out what you should be working on, and plan out your year for 2025 and hit all of the goals that you want. So let's follow along. I am going to share my screen. I've got a little whiteboard. And if you know me, you know that I can't talk without either my fingers, either my fingers or my little red pen. So let's just hop over here and let's talk about goal setting. So here's the first thing is, hate to say it, but most planners, goal setting activities, all that kind of stuff have been created in the corporate suit setting, if you know what I mean. And if you're an entrepreneur or creative, it just doesn't work that way for you because you're not locked into this cubicle. Thank goodness, 8 to 5. You need to maximize your time. And because you are the CEO of your business, there's so many things happening. Sometimes you think, how can I even make progress, and hit those goals? Well, here's the deal. Because you're doing it the wrong way, basically you need to reverse engineer. So let's follow along and let's just talk about this. So the first thing that I want you to think about is we're entering into 2025. I want you to set what we call the BHAG goal, the big, hairy, audacious. Did I spell audacious right? I don't know. Goal. So in other words, something that maybe even feels pretty uncomfortable for you, but that's okay. Because if you're not aiming for any place or anything, you're not going to get there. All right. So don't be afraid to set a big BHAG goal. Okay. Now, let me just say this, that it's not all about money, especially heart-centered creatives, entrepreneurs like us. A lot of times, yes, we want to hit a certain revenue amount, but it's not usually to be rich and famous, okay? Most of the people that I work with, that I hang out with, they're just trying to do things like, one, if they're still working, they're trying to leave the corporate job, or they're trying to leave the academic setting. Or maybe you have a spouse and you're trying to retire them. Maybe you want to just pay off all your bills, pay off your house, and just enjoy kind of a more relaxed life. Okay. So when we set our money goals, it does not have to mean, hey, I'm making 7 and 8 figures in my business. Figure out what that BHAG goal is. So is it money? And we all need money. So, that's probably one of our goals. We need a certain amount that we're aiming for. A lot of entrepreneurs get into the business because they want to buy back their freedom. Okay. So if you could turn the clock back a little bit and actually have your freedom to live your life the way you want, which means if you need to quit work at 11 o'clock so that you can go watch the kiddos at school, or maybe take your relative to the doctor, or maybe just go to an afternoon matinee, whatever it is, a lot of entrepreneurs, that's what they're really looking for, is to turn back the clock and gain control of their life. And then maybe it's more experienced based. Okay. We all love a nice vacation, but I want you to get very specific when you're setting these goals, these BHAG goals. Just don't say have a nice vacation. Is it to take your entire extended family to Disney World for a 2-week all-inclusive vacation? Or is it to every 6 weeks go someplace for 4 days and take your immediate family? Figure out what those goals are and make it specific so that you can actually quantify, yes, excuse me, this is what I want. All right. So that's kind of the big picture. And then what's next? Basically, it's kind of a 2-step process here. Okay. We need to set specific goals. Okay. And we're going to talk about how to do that in a minute. Excuse me. And then the most important thing is you need to be able to track the KPIs, the key performance indicators, because it's not about, how many hours can you work in a day? How many multi checklists can you do? It's about moving the needle in your business to reach that specific goal. And as you're planning out the goals, I want you to always think about those 2 little magic words, so that. So what does that mean? Okay, if we want to set a goal of, let's say, 50K a month, all right, that's your BHAG goal. Why do you want this 50K a month? Okay, now this is just gross money coming in. We're not going to worry about the expenses right now. Why do you want that money? Have a place for that money to go, so that, and then list out, plan your monthly budget. What are you going to do with that revenue? So the money knows where it's going to go, so it knows it has a purpose. Maybe another goal of yours is you want to work 4-hour days. So maybe you want a business where you're only working 20 hours a week. And guess what? It is possible. You just have to do the things that are money making activities and forget the rest of the things. And why do you want to work 4 hours a day or 3 days a week or whatever it is? What is your so that that's connected with that? So that I can be fully present at 3 o'clock on for my children and my spouse, or so that I can devote 2 hours a day to painting, whatever your passion project is. But again, have a specific goal or a result or what you're aiming for. Then it makes this goal that you're setting more tangible, I guess, in the sense that, yes, this is why I'm getting up out of bed and I'm, doing XYZ so that I can reach that. Okay. Is that making sense? Hopefully it is. So how do we set these goals and what should you be working on? Basically, usually people do the reverse. Okay, I want to make 50,000 a month. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And then they kind of start at the ground floor. Well, what I'm saying is you need to start at the end and reverse engineer back. So let's say that your goal is you want to make 120,000 a year. What does that translate into? That means you need to make 10K a month. What does that translate into? And then we're going to start defining what are those money-making activities every week and day in that month so that you get those 10K months. All right. Are you with me? Are you tracking? Is that making sense? So we have to look at what is the tangible result. And I'm going to talk about this in just a second. And then we're going to break it apart, all of the steps, so that we can achieve that result. So if we wanted to make 10K a month in my own business, how would I do that? Okay. And these are just, rough ideas, but we have what we call a product ladder. Most of us have more than one way that we make money in our business. So I want you to take some time and figure out what are those money revenue generating services or products that you offer, and then break it down again, be specific and reach out. Okay. It doesn't matter if you don't make it. You're going to get farther by having that goal set instead of not just saying, well, I want to grow my group. So in my example here, my Digital Business Academy, it's a private membership. My goal is to cap it only at 100 members. And the reason is because I want to give dedicated, devoted attention to the people that's in my membership. So the first quarter, I am going to set a goal to have 50 DBA members. All right. Another goal that I'll set is 12 one-to-one coaching clients. Not 12 all at once. That would be a lot, although I probably could do it. But throughout the year, I would like to have 12 one-to-one coaching clients. And I also run a group coaching program, Heart-Centered Scale is what it's called. And I would like to run that twice. All right. So basically you just start crunching the numbers and you see where you come up to. So my DBA membership, it's a low cost, no brainer for people, $49 a month. My coaching clients, it's usually 2.5K is what that costs for a 3-month coaching program. Between 2.5 and 3. And then my group programs are usually about 2K. All right. So, and then on this, how many members would I like to have in it? Again, I like to keep my group small so that I can give people individual attention. All right. So you can see where I'm going here. So then, and I haven't figured out the math to see if I would hit my goal. If not, then I would need to come back and say, okay, do I need to increase the numbers here or do I need to add something else to my product ladder? Then once I have that decided, then the next step is we figure out what are the specific activities so that I can start getting more members into my DBA membership. All right. Or to start bringing in more coaching clients or to sign people up into my group program. Now, let me say this, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you should not be trying to do all of these things at one time. So in Q1 2025, pick one thing, one product that you're going to be offering, one platform that you're going to be focusing on as far as your marketing, and one way to deliver that goodness. All right. So I would pick one thing that I'm going to focus on. And let's say maybe I'm going to focus on growing my membership. Okay. Then what I do is here, a launch date is if I was maybe launching my group program. But what I would do is start assigning tasks to myself, money-making tasks every month, what should be accomplished every week, and every day. What are those tasks? All right. Is that making sense? So then we come back here and we say, okay, if I'm focusing on my DBA group here, what are the daily, weekly, and monthly activities to generate new interest? So, definitely, let's see, I hate writing. I need to just get a trackpad here. So my social media, I hate to, I hate to make you guys watch me. This is painful. Social media, email, my free Facebook group. Okay. So these are daily activities that I could be doing, and I could be driving things to a monthly webinar so that people learn what kinds of goodies that I can give them. Okay. And then it's just kind of rinse and repeat. So every month in this particular example, I know what I'm doing every day, every week, every month. Okay. And the goal should be to reach whatever the goal is here, whether it's a certain dollar amount or certain members in my membership group. Right. Is that making sense? So let's take a look at then what kinds of KPIs, what should you be tracking in your business? So first thing you need to do is what we call a baseline. So figure out where you're at right now. How many people are on your email list? How many people, if you have a YouTube channel, how many YouTube subscribers do you have? How many followers do you have on your social media? All of that kind of stuff. Make a list and document it. Okay. And then you need to pay attention based on your industry. What's the ratio, the percentage to buy? I hate to tell you, but in the online space and even the brick to mortar space, it's all a numbers game. Okay. How many people are crossing the threshold based on the number of sales, based on the revenue that you want? It's the same thing with online space. So if you were running a campaign and you've got a funnel going, it might be a 0.5 to 1%. It's pretty low. So if you wanted to sell 2 of your signature programs, for instance, you would need at least 2,000 people. And those would have to be like a warmed up list for 2 people, that 2% or that 1% to come out of the pool of people that you have. All right. Don't be discouraged. Don't think, well, I only have 30 people on my list or I only have 100. If you have a warm list, the conversion rate is much higher. So if you're giving them lots of good things, then they're going to be more in a buy state, ready to buy state than a cold audience. And there's other things you can do like running ads and all of that kind of stuff. All right. But you have to at least understand those numbers, because if you don't, it can be very discouraging. You send out something and crickets. You send out something and crickets. And you think, nobody loves me. I'm just going to take my toys and go home. Raise your hand if you've ever felt that way. The other stat that you need to track is how many emails are you sending out? You should be sending out at least 1 email a week. Try to bump it up to maybe 2 emails a week. Okay. Here's another secret that you probably don't want to hear is the people who send out the most emails are the most successful. And I know I've said it myself. Yeah, but my list is going to get tired of hearing from me. Guess what? Let them unsubscribe. That just means they're not ready for you yet. So you need to figure out, set a goal. How many emails are you going to start sending out? If you're just random, set a goal once a week. You're going to send out an email. If you're doing that, set a different goal twice a week. Okay. Get brave and do 3 times a week. Another thing that you need to track, it's a little sketchy. We don't always have the best metrics, but you should have a kind of a finger on the pulse. How many people are opening your emails? I don't know what the industry standard is. I think it's like 20 or 25. My open rate is pretty high. I do try to give people on my list lots of great value. Again, another tactic in growing your list, make sure that you're giving instead of always selling. All right. So you'll want to track that. And then here's another point to keep in mind, touch points. Basically, how many times does it take for you to get in front of someone for them basically to pay attention and maybe act on it? And it used to be 5 to 7, then it kind of went, 7 to 10. Now it's probably 7 to 15 times a touch point, meaning they've seen your video, they've seen an ad, you've sent them emails, you're going live in your Facebook group, whatever it is. They basically need to see you and hear you maybe up to 15 times. And let me tell you something. Don't get discouraged, because a lot of times people will kind of start warming their audience up and then they give up. Well, guess what? Those people now are in a higher buy rate. And if you give up, they're just going to go down the road and they're going to buy from someone else. So just keep it up. Keep it up. keep it up, pay attention to the KPIs, and you'll know where you're going. All right, so hopefully that's making sense to you. So this basically is everything that we should be doing. Let's see if I can bring this up, all of my scribbles here, when you set those goals. And does that help you so that you've got tangible goals and those goals are related to results and you've taken the big cumulative effect of what you're trying to do and you're breaking it down into pieces so that every single day you know what you're working on, because these are money-making activities. And guess what? If reducing your work time is the number one priority to you, I can guarantee you that once you understand what you need to work on, you can jump in, do your thing, and you can be done definitely within 4 hours a day. But it's those situations when we sit in front of our computer and we think, well, I probably should try to get more people on my list, or, oh, maybe I'll try to sell this, but you're kind of floundering from one thing to another. Then that's when all of your time gets eaten up and nothing happens. All right. Now, let me show you something else here. If I can find it, I have this super duper spreadsheet that, and I don't know if you can see everything here. I call this my business toolkit, your sales planner and tracker. And there's probably, as of right now, probably 18 different tabs at the bottom. I'm not going to go through everything here, but basically this will be the engine that runs your business and helps you keep your finger on the pulse of your business. So you can track all your social media. You can set goals on that. And if you reached them or not, you've got this cool little worksheet here where, and again, we don't want 50 goals here. I think we have 5 major goals and just a few little milestones so that we know what we're doing every day, every week, every month to reach that. And I recommend that we do things by the quarter, not the whole year, but we keep doing the quarters and then we'll get that yearly, those big hairy goals at the end. Okay. Weekly planner if you want to see kind of hour by hour how you're spending your time. If you're creating products, digital products, or even courses, here's a great little tracker to help you stay on track on what you need to be doing. Income projections. Very important. So going back to that little product ladder that I was showing you, if I wanted to make 50,000 in a month, what do I need? And I can use this to figure out, okay, here's my product, here's what it cost, projected sales, and then what's the revenue. All right. Then we have a daily tracker for all of the income that comes into your business. And you just come over here and you keep track of it. And cute little chart here. If you're running any kind of campaigns, here is a funnel performance tracker. Oh my goodness, you're going to love this because again, and I don't know if you can, let's see if I can make this just a hair bigger here. So here's like the first product maybe that I'm pushing out. I'm going to be promoting my group program here. The lead magnet, how many people have opted in, how many unique visitors. Remember, we have to keep track of that number, that pool of people that see our stuff. And then we just track through this so that we know based on the number of visitors, total revenue, conversion rate, where that money's coming from. You are absolutely going to love this tracker. Here's another tracker for you, an email marketing tracker. Hello. You just keep track of, okay, on every Sunday, I send out like a little newsletter, put the title here and just work my way across here. And then there's a couple areas where you just fill it out. Okay. So let's say in this example, my list was 789. Sometimes they don't all get delivered. Your email system will show you. If you're using Go High Level, I can help you set something up on the back end that you'll love. Okay. Then it shows the percentage delivered and then how many were opened. Okay. How many clicked, any particular sales from that. Okay. So in a quick little thumbprint here, you know exactly what's working with your email marketing and you can keep track of that. I could go on and on. I'm not going to show you every single sheet in here. Here's a Facebook group post tracker so you can keep track, again, based on your business. If you made that commitment every single day for this first quarter, I'm going to be posting on Instagram and Facebook, and here's what I'm going to do. Okay, if you're a blogger, keep track of your blogs, calendar content. So here you can start mapping out those pillars of what you're going to be talking about every single day of the month. Okay. If you're going to run ads, here's an ads performance tracker. Oh my goodness. I could go on and on. An expense log, because here's the deal. We need to make the money, but we also need to understand where the money's going. So if we're making 50 grand, but we're spending 45 grand out the window, then, we're not really making that much money, right? So we want to be able to track our income and our expenses, any other income that comes in if you're doing affiliate, things like that. And then at a glance, a profit loss report, and then a space for you to review what's been happening. All right, so let me come back here and just talk to you for a minute. So how was that? So I hope the first part of this video got you excited on how you can set some goals that are tangible, that's actually going to move the needle in your business, and you can see progress. This tracker, if you want the tracker, there's 2 ways, well, 3 ways, I guess, that you can get it. This week, depending on when you watch this, December 19, 2024, I'm hosting a live workshop, so you could sign up for the workshop and you get the tracker for free. Plus you get me live, and we will go through setting your goals. If you are a member of my Digital Business Academy, it's only $47 a month. This is one of the goodies that my members have. And each month we will be working off of the spreadsheet. We will come together as a group, see where we're at, see what we need to tweak and all of that kind of stuff. Or you can purchase it, $100 for the spreadsheet. You might as well just purchase the workshop. If you happen to watch this after the workshop, I'll package it up so you can still get the workshop and the tracker. It is going to be a game changer in your business. If you have questions, comment below. And hey, if this is the first time you've watched this, I hope it was beneficial. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends. I want to see you succeed in business and be productive and not be a slave to your business. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.